Here are my favorite overhead squat progressions for mobility and strength. So if, like me, when you first started weightlifting or CrossFit, you couldn't get into an overhead squat position, then you need to watch this video. Now, I remember when I first started at the gym, everyone, or what seemed like everyone, could get into a squat except me, and I thought I was a weird one. But the truth is, like, everyone who can easily get into an overhead squat position or into a squat position or whatsoever, they are the lucky few. But worry no more, because with the next few progressions, your overhead squat mobility and strength will be unparalleled. Now, obviously, before I get into this, I would just like to say that if you have any previous injuries or you've had a surgery or whatever, please consult a physio. Okay? Thank you. Now let's start by mobilizing our upper body. Now, ideally, we should be able to get our arms up fully over our head without any compensation or struggle. Now, the common culprits for not being able to do that, or the common culprits that inhibit overhead mobility, are tight pectoral muscles, biceps and lats. So tight pecs, biceps and lats. So you need to open up the anterior shoulder musculature in order for you to be able to get into that overhead position comfortably. Now, first and foremost, if you have tight lats, you should be foam rolling those lats every single day. It's not something that I know you want to hear, and to be honest, I didn't face the truth about this until most recently when I really wanted to make a difference with my overhead mobility. But it's really, you have to do it every single day. So just lay on your side with one arm above your head and work the foam roller into the large muscle on the outside side of your armpit. And you just want to move up and down slowly until you find an area that is tender, and just pause on this spot and enjoy it. Now, this is a type of exercise that I think if you haven't got literally 2 minutes to do this each side every day, you are making a lot of excuses, because you literally just have to lie on the floor, on the foam roller, find an uncomfortable spot and just sit there for a while, enjoy the pain and say hello to your new found love of mobility when your lats are unbelievably released. Now, alongside the foam rolling, I would recommend that you do a few great lat stretches. Now, one of the great lat stretches that I really enjoy is to grab a ring in a supinated grip and lunge into that side, stretching the lat completely. You should feel like a really great pull in your lat. I found that this exercise works really well for me to release my lat. Now, to hit your biceps and pecs, I've done a few of these great wall stretches that I do every day before I do anything overhead, or just as part of my stretching routine that helps me mobilize. They're just great exercises that you can do that really feel like you can feel what they're doing whilst you're doing it, so you get like direct feedback as to whether you think this is working or whether it isn't working for you. Next, super easy exercises that will help your overhead mobility is dead hangs or leaning bar hangs. They are super great and a super easy tool to use to open up that whole upper body area as well as decompress your spine. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, it feels like my spine is just like really like tight, and I will just hang on the bar to try and decompress my spine, and it feels so great. There's also a barbell stretch, like shoulder opener and down dog movement, which can be thrown in there to mix up the exercises, all kind of doing the same thing. Just if you get a little bit bored of those exercises, you can just switch it up for like on the floor alternatives or barbell alternatives. Now, something I would say that people don't say enough is that they should throw in some kind of rotational movement. I found that this really helps to open up my chest and shoulders. I'll do some like on all fours rotations, then an in and squat rotation, like squat on the wall rotations, as well as walking rotations. I just find that these really help to open up like mainly my shoulder area and my upper back, which then obviously helps mobilize my overhead positions. And I have found that that actually does reduce the pain that I get in my shoulders sometimes due to the tightness around all of my muscles. Now, for the lower body, the most important of all is mobilizing your hips and your ankles to ensure you are able to sit comfortably in the bottom of a squat. Here are a few of my favorite hip and ankle openers at the moment, which I have found help me a lot in improving my positions. This includes like a box lunge stretch, then a box ankle stretch, a hip twist opener, which really targets like my hip as well as my quads. Oh my God, this is a tough exercise. Sometimes I can't even hold it for a whole minute without feeling like I'm going to explode. And then the normal stair stretch for ankles. I find that this is a really easy, simple, effective stretch that you can do pretty much anywhere at any time. So that's why I absolutely love this exercise. And I will say, for all of this mobility, the most important thing is to be consistent and persistent. You want to be trying to force your body into these positions daily, or at least a few times a week. Mobility takes time, but most importantly, consistent work. Like this routine every day for like 10 minutes, just chuck in a few exercises, One day do like lower body, one day do upper body, just like mix them up. And honestly, 10 minutes there, you'll see a huge improvement, not only in your mobility, but in the execution of your lifts, thanks to your newfound mobility. Now for the strength part. Now for me, mobility and strength go both hand in hand, and one cannot be complete without the other. So having adequate mobility allows you to achieve the proper position under load, enabling you to lift the most amount you can lift. So make sure you do the first bit, the mobility bit, just as regularly as the strength part. Because I feel like we all get carried away in getting strong because it's so much fun and mobility sucks. But honestly, the moment you start taking your mobility as seriously as you do start taking your strength part, you will see that your strength will go through the roof way faster than if you didn't do it. So first of all, whatever position you are able to achieve, whether this is low, medium or high squat, you want to use this position for all of the exercises I'm about to talk about. So if you're someone who cannot get into the bottom of a squat, that's okay. Just use the mobility that you do have right now to try and develop yourself in that area, and you'll find that week on week you should be able to get lower and lower as long as you do the mobility, and then force your body during the strength part to also achieve like the exercises that I'm doing about in the position that you can do. So every week just try to progress a little bit further. It will be hard, but I promise that these exercises can be done at whatever mobility level that you have. First exercise, as I said, whatever position you're able to achieve, whether this is low, medium or high squat, you want to pause in this position and hold for 2 to 5 seconds. You want to feel the position and allow your body to open up in this position. Doing any overhead squat, pausing movement is such an effective way to both improve overhead strength and stability. This can be done with an empty bar, as well as implement it into your training routine, i.e. do pause snatches or pause jerks like in the holes to really get your body used to feeling what that like in the hole position feels like, and for you to be able to like get comfortable with that position. And we'll also add no real time to your workout sessions, but will have a huge impact on your mobility over time. Genuinely, this is the best tool that I would say to use if you are someone who struggles with mobility. Pause in the hole of your overhead squat, pause in the hole of your snatch, pause in the hole of your jerk. It will give you direct feedback as to what your lifts, like where you're going wrong in your lifts, but also immediately or like almost straight away improve your overhead positions. Now for the next one, I know that you are all going to hate me for this because I almost hate myself a little bit for putting this in there, but snatch SOTS press. Yes, I hate myself because this exercise is the devil, but it is also super effective. Again, whatever position you are able to achieve in, like whatever squat position, squat down to that position and press the barbell overhead from behind the neck position. This is an unbelievable shoulder strength exercise, as well as a great chest and shoulder opener. Not fun for if you don't have the bottom position, but whatever position that you do have, you will find this exercise makes a huge amount of difference to your overhead mobility. So do it. I know it sucks, but do it. Now, if you're someone who just likes doing like regular gym bro stuff, but is just looking to improve your overhead position, or if you want to improve your overhead position without doing like overhead squats and all that sort of stuff, you can also have the regular strength exercises like push press, strict press, anything above the head. Just do it behind the neck, and that will help improve overhead mobility as well as open up your shoulders. It's a great exercise. Any way to improve overhead mobility is to do it from behind the neck. It makes you have to open up your shoulders and open up your chest a lot more. So just do that if you don't want to do like snatch variations or things like that. So those are my favorite strength and mobility exercises for improving your overhead position. Now, the bottom line is you need to do as much mobility work as you can stand on a consistent basis for a long period of time. Include exercise in your training that will help you create and maintain mobility and strengthening exercises and stabilize your position. Trust me, it is a long, boring process, but it is so fun when you actually finally manage to see the changes. And to be honest, the most fun is that it is a never-ending cycle. I only recently managed to do a narrow grip overhead walking lunge with dumbbells after months of stretching and mobilizing, and after years of doing weightlifting and 2 years of doing CrossFit. So it's all fun. Mobility is forever something that you're going to have to work on, because obviously the more muscle you gain, the more strength you have, the more likely that your muscles will be like bigger, tighter, so that you'll have to keep working on that mobility. So I hope this video helps. Just remember, This isn't just so that you look good in an overhead position, but it also protects your shoulders and other regions of your body from potential unnecessary strain. So mobility isn't just to look good, it's also to feel good. Now, remember to subscribe, like, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.